Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to the penultimate episode of this season of Conquering the Euro on Football Managers 2021 with OGC Nice. Today is an episode you definitely do not want to miss. It's going to be a cracking game first off against Dijon away from home. They're only 2 points away from us with 4 games to go. So whoever wins this tie can have a big advantage in the race for 6th place. And then we host Lille, who have had a poor season but could bring an upset potentially to us. You can see in the table we are in 6th place at the moment, but that could all change come the end of the season. We've had a good run, to be fair, since the last episode where we played Marseille and Monaco. We beat Angers by 3-1. They were actually ahead at half-time, but we had a good comeback and comfortably won that one. Then we had a very bizarre match against Stade Rennais where we got battered 4-0. And for a few games after that, we looked not great. We had a draw of 0-0 against Nancy. We drew 1 each against Saint-Etienne, which was a result I was quite pleased with. But after that, we've looked convincing. We beat Bordeaux 4-0. Alexandre Parsemin getting a goal in there as well. And such a tight match against Stade Bretois. It was 0-0 until the 93rd minute. Thomas made the breakthrough there and won us the match. I've just noticed, actually, a few of our games this year haven't been on the telly. And I feel like that all of the matches have been on TV, so interesting. But all of our last 4 matches will be on TV, and of course we'll be on the channel here as well. We'll be playing against Dijon first off today, and then Lille, and then in Saturday's episode we'll play against Havre and Nîmes for the last 2 games of the season. So permutations-wise, as long as we win our last 4 games, we finish 6th. Obviously we finished 7th last year, so 6th would be a good finish. As I understand it, if we finish 6th, we get into the Europa Conference League for next year. We've got a slim chance of finishing 5th ahead of Nantes. I very much doubt we're going to finish 4th. We're 10 points away from Marseille. Saint-Etienne have done a brilliant job. They're actually in the title race come the end of the year. Looks like it's going to be one of Lyon, PSG or Saint-Etienne that win the title. Any one of those two, if it's not PSG that win the title, would be a shock, I suppose. I would like to finish 5th. I guess if we beat Dijon today, Reims could beat Nantes, but if you look at Nantes' schedule, the last 4 games of the year, they've got Reims, Nantes. I suppose those last 2 games of PSG and Lyon could be a real problem for them, but let's see what happens. So the team facing Dijon today is as follows. We've got Hugo Sousa in the net, and our comfortable back 4 that we've used for most of the season. Gravelon, Troost-Ekong, Fernandes and Sessegnon. It is a very, very normal side, if you like, apart from 2 absentees. Unfortunately, you'll notice Kasper Dolberg is absent from the side. He's going to be out for the next 3 weeks, 9 days to 3 weeks. But you would guess that given the season's what? I think there's 3 weeks left, isn't there? Yeah, and that's nonce, but yeah. 3 weeks left of the season, so it's going to be tight. I don't think we're going to see any of Dolberg till the end of the campaign, which is a shame. And it seems like one of our other big players, Sakaria, has been a man that's been plagued by injury, not quite fit for the rest of the season. So he's on the bench for today's game. Hopefully he'll come on a little bit later for a bit of football. But Maya Leader starts in the right wing position. We've got Cole Palmer in the centre of attacking midfield. And Alexandre Parsemin has started well. Played some good games recently. So Terem Mofi is only on the bench. And another player that played well last year is Deji Satona. And again, he's not quite recovered his form this year. So we're going to pump our fists. So come on, let's see what we can do to keep this run of form going. Ultimately, it'll be a tough game against Dijon. They've been a good side this year. Things have started to slip for them. It's fair to say that they are starting to struggle a little bit now. I did say that earlier on in the year. I thought, because Dijon were in 4th at one point, I thought, well, they're a team that could potentially start to struggle, and they have faded away, but that doesn't mean that they're a team that won't beat us today. We've had a good start, 4 shots, 1 of them on target. Yes, they've had more possession, but ultimately, it's how many shots, how many goals you have rather than the possession that works at the end of the match. But Dijon's starting to come into it a bit more. So we're going to go down to our balance mentality, which seems to be working quite well for us recently. But yeah, it should be an interesting last 4 games. I would love to finish 6th. I'd love to get 5th. I just think that's a little bit out of our reach. But it's been a decent season. It's our 2nd full season here at Nice. I think we agreed when we took over it would probably take 3 seasons to really see the magic of this team start to come through. So after this campaign, we've got another one. I would like to be in the race for the title next year. I know that's ambitious, but I think, to be honest, we haven't spent any money since we've been here in terms of big money anyway. So I think it might be a potential to get a proven goal scorer in next year. I think Terem Mofi's not been great. That's what we are lacking, I think, a front man, and whether that is Parsemin that comes through next year, we'll see. But I don't think it would do us any harm to spend 10, 15, 20 million on a solid striker. But we've got some good youngsters coming through, and we've got a good side. But our defence is good. Hugo coming into the side. he's doing well there. I just think that potentially it is our front men that are lacking. It just shows that Sakaria has been our top goal scorer this year with 15 goals. Had a great start to the season, but he's not really been in the team since, and he's still that top goal scorer. Nobody really there to provide the goals, and worryingly, 55 minutes in a fairly drab game this seems to be so far, but Dijon do take the lead, and that does take them above us at the moment, but yeah, it's not been great from our lads, I have to say. We're going to go up to a positive mentality, but yeah, it's not looking too brilliant for us, I have to say. We are missing some key figures, which isn't going to help. So we're going to bring a few players on here. We're going to bring Deji Satona on for Parsamane, and we're going to bring Sakaria on for my leader. See if he can bring some of that early season magic back into this match. But it does make you worry, doesn't it? If we don't win today, again, the advantages with Dijon again, and potentially with Monaco, if they go and win their game, we slip down to 8th. So it is very tight. And obviously, if we lose today, we can really kiss away any hopes of finishing 5th in the league. And it looks like we're not going to win today's match. I think that's the unfortunate reality of it all, unfortunately, here. We have got one substitution left to make. I think we'll bring Thomas on for Chalobah, but put Thomas maybe as a advanced playmaker. Again, not really much we can do here, I suppose. Go very attacking. Just try and nick a goal. Try and nick a draw. It's not been a great day for us, but it's been one of those games that maybe should have been a draw, and it looks like we're going to lose all hope of getting any points. So a disappointing match here. Apologies that it's not been the most exciting, but we're going to thrash our arms, say that there's no excuses for that. That's it's frustrating, isn't it? We could have done with some points there. Really could have done. We've got Lille next up. I guess the big focus is what can Monaco and Nantes get out of their games, because I guess if Monaco lose, then it's not so bad. But Monaco have got Nimes on Saturday, on Sunday even. I have to say, I feel like that's a chance missed. Well, we definitely need a good result here today, but Lille are a club that a tricky one to take on. Remember, they've just appointed Mathieu Debuchy as their manager, and they could certainly do something to us here. You just don't know. But few changes to the side then. Let's have a quick look at that. Sakaria is back into the team as full-time player. I don't know why the tactics screen's not going to show. There we go. Sakaria is back in at right wing, and we've got Mofi up front, and my leader also starts at left wing. I'm not particularly happy with how Florinal Koeman has played recently. So my leader comes in. He's been playing well since he's been chosen, and that is the team for today. We'll send the assistant out there. Quite pleased with how the league's gone, because Monaco only got a draw. Nantes won, which means that basically any hope of getting 5th is pretty much over. As you can see, though, 6th do get European football. That is now confirmed. So it is ideal that we get some points here. Saint Etienne are playing against Dijon later on, so I would presume that Dijon would drop points against Saint Etienne. We certainly hope so. It just all really rides now with how Monaco get on, whether we can get things back under control. But Lille, go ahead. This really isn't what we need. And if we go and lose the 2 games in today's episode, we only have ourselves to blame if we miss out on European football again, ultimately. The ball's not necessarily in our court, but if we win today, we could certainly try and do that. But I do wonder whether maybe those games against Bordeaux and Stade Breton were a little bit of luck, potentially. You don't know, do you? I don't know whether that was just lucky and we didn't deserve to win. I'm just not sure, but we're not looking like a side that's any good at this point. I really don't think so. And it's worrying, it really is. This is the sort of time in the season where we need to perform, and if the players can't get motivated for this time in the season, then when are they? Because as you can see, even on goal, well, yeah, obviously by the point, Dijon are in front of us. So whatever they do against Saint Etienne, they're going to be ahead of us as it stands, and if they go and win against Saint Etienne, 4 points away with 2 games to go, there's only so much we can do. Really starting to get worrying now. We're going to bring Florinal Koeman on for Terran Mofi, because Mofi's had a, well, crap game, hasn't he, really? And although Dolberg's injured, I just think we've got to risk him. We have to risk him at this point. There's nothing else I can do. Powerless to defeat, almost, apart from that. Let's see if this is what we need. Can we get it to 1 each? Let's see. Dolberg, back to Koeman. Koeman, he's going to shoot his name. What was the point of that? What was the point of that at all? Disappointing because we've been on a good run of form, but I've said this all season. It's just these few stupid matches that we've had a lot of shots and we just haven't made much of it. Our defence is fine. It's definitely our attack that needs to be improved. Absolutely. That's the fundamental issue for us. Coman into my leader. Can't quite get it away. I have to go very attacking at this point. I think just try and get a point. Hopefully get 3 of them, but I can't see it at this point. But this could be a damaging episode for us. It really could. It really, really could. It's very worrying. It is. It's massively worrying at this point. Sakaria, Chalobah, Dolberg. Can we get a goal? Gravelon into the box? Not quite. Sakaria, since he's come back, has done nothing in terms of scoring goals. That spark has really gone. Now Dolberg's injured. Oh, can you believe your luck? I mean, we shouldn't have really risked him, but I think we had to. We're going to have to jig some things around here and bring Ristic on. Actually, no, we don't. We'll undo that, put Sessegnon on the left wing, and we'll put Ristic at left back. But you can just hear the tone of my voice, how frustrated I am, because we've played some really good football this year, and clearly we're not doing so now, and we're going to succumb to 2 very poor 1-0 defeats today. And that's not what we needed at all. Not what we needed at all for this season. Again, not good enough. So no signs of attacking finesse. Dolberg's definitely out for the rest of the season. I guess we play on and see how the other teams get on tonight. But it could be the end of any European hopes. And really, we won't have gone forward since last year. And our contract does run out at the end of this season. And the club haven't offered us anything yet, which suggests they're going to wait till the end of the season to see what they're going to offer us. And if we don't get European football, they might look elsewhere. They might look elsewhere. We have got, apparently, the video and the audio jumping because we're fast forwarding. So I'll see you guys in a second and we'll see what the results are. Well, not so bad in the end. Not so bad at all. Monaco beat Strasbourg, which you can accept, but Dijon, well, lost to Saint-Etienne. So we're only 2 points behind Monaco, but we need to improve fast. We really do. The last 2 games of the year you would expect us to win, but I guess you just never know, do you? Saint-Etienne beat Dijon, so with 2 games to go, they could end up winning the league, which is fascinating. But I think what we are going to do, I'm going to play the final 2 games of today's episode. It's been a short one. It's been poor so far, so let's just get the season over and done with. So I'll be back in a few seconds for the game against Le Havre. Needs to be a victory. 2 games to go, and we need some help to end up finishing 6th. And to be honest, looking at the sides that these 2 are playing, Dijon are playing Bordeaux, Lorient are playing against Monaco. You would expect Monaco and Dijon to both get results, but I guess at this stage of the season, you never know. But going into the last 2 games, 4 teams can win the title. Lille have got Saint-Etienne, Marseille playing Toulouse, Lyon are playing against Reims, and PSG are playing against Nantes. Tricky game for PSG, and we've made a few changes to the side for today. Another blow, Florinal Koeman's out for a few weeks, just to make things even better for us. So, crucially, none of the players in the attacking midfield are the first choice. That doesn't help us out. We've got my leader at right wing. We put Andrietti at central attacking midfield. Again, a good youngster, and I think he'll be a good player for us today. Sessegnon at left wing. Sotona up front. I've dropped Cole Palmer because he's had a poor run of it recently. But the rest of the squad, what you'd expect. We've obviously got Ristic filling in for Sessegnon at left back. But let's go. Let's see how we get on. We need a victory today. If we don't win, again, we might as well kiss goodbye 6th place. And after the way we've played at some points this year, that would be so disappointing. Send the assistant to that. Again, not too fussed. Le Havre are playing a diamond formation. Looks fairly defensive to me. So we're going to play attacking, try and make the most of that. And let's just see how we get on. We've been in a decent run of form until those last 2 matches. And hopefully we can arrest that slump. But ultimately, as you can see from the league table, it's not in our hands at the moment. We need some help from the guys around us. We're not great in terms of goal difference compared to Monaco. They've got the ultimate helping hand there. They've got the extra point in essence. So the only thing we can do is win these last 2 games and just hope for the best. But it could all be turned on its head by the end of today's match. You just never know. We seem to have started well in terms of possession, but again, that doesn't really mean anything. This is one of the classics this year where we play against a lesser side and only get 1 point. Good start for us, though, in the Monaco match. They've conceded early on, I can just see there, to FC Lorient. So they're behind by 1-0. But can the same happen to us here? I really hope not. Havre on a counter-attack. very nearly 1-0. Very nearly 1-0. It's a nice touching gesture that Hugo Sousa's up for the goalkeeper of the year, and I honestly think he has been. He's been really good. We've got, at least I checked a few games ago, and we've got the joint most clean sheet, so that's positive. But I'll tell you something. All the highlights so far are of Harbour attacks. And that to me is very worrying. I just don't quite know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I can't put my finger on it. And that's frustrating at this time of the season. Saint Etienne have took the lead, it seems. So they are now top of the table. What a result that would be for them to go and win the league. That would really shake things up. Ristic to Chalobah. Out to Gravelon. Can we get a goal? Gravelon puts it into the box. My leader. Satona getting just when we needed Deji Satona to fire. He does. It's a goal for Nice and Deji Satona. Albeit it was a tap-in, but do I care? No. However we score, I don't really care at this point. We do take SIG for the moment. It seems like Dijon haven't had the best start. Either they're just drawing. But again, things can change here very quickly. If we can score 2 or 3 before half-time, that'd be very nice. Deji Satona, a good ball through from the defence. And Deji Satona can't make it 2-0. That is the sort of chance that a clinical striker would be taking. And I thought that might be the potential of the man we've got with Deji Satona. We've got the young Satona who's only 22. Parsamane's only 21. Mofi's 25, but none of them have really played all that well this year. Satona's been crippled with injury, but as I've said again, for Sakari to be our top goal scorer and nobody else really to be chipping in too much tells you all you need to know. My leader, back to Chalobah. He's looking a little bit better actually in the last 10 minutes since we took the lead. Chalobah, Gravelon, be good if we could double it. My leader, this is looking like not really much going on, just careful build-up play. Mokaina though with a lot of space. And maybe should have looked to have placed that rather than just hammered it into the back of the net. But we're still 1-0 up. Bordeaux have took the lead at Dijon. So, oh, don't do that. Don't give the foul away there. I mean, the two sides which we're facing for the race for sixth are doing us a handy job here. And I don't want to concede a penalty to jeopardise that. What's going to happen? It's a penalty. You know when you can actually do something for yourself and you're in a good position and then that happens. We were completely in control the last 15 minutes. Could have had 2, maybe 3 goals, and it looks like we're going to go into the dressing room at 1 each. And it's very much one of those where no one's going to seem to take advantage. We're going to thrash our arms, say we're really disappointed with the performance. It's not good enough. We should be getting more than this. Can we take advantage early on in the second half? Let's have a look. We've had 10 shots so far. That's something that's never been a problem. We can shoot, but shooting on target and getting the goals has been the problem this year. Surely not. Surely not 2-1 for Harbour. It isn't. Thank God for that. We need 3 points here today. I don't care how the other two sides get on. They can lose, but if we only draw, then what's the point? What is the point? And it's really slipped away. Really has these last few games. If you can only get 1 point out of 3, we've definitely got a problem. Let's look to change some personnel. We're going to bring Sakaria on for my leader. We are going to switch things around a little bit. Let's put... what do we do here? We'll keep Satona on. We'll put him on the left wing. And we'll bring Mofi on. See how he gets on. But again, he's not had a great season. That's the problem. We've not got a multitude of lovely choice on the bench. Dijon have brought it back to 1 each. So at the moment, again, there's no game for us. Can we take the lead here? Terran Mofi on the wing. Has he got anyone in the box that he can go for? Mofi puts it to Andretti. Just shoot. There we go. Peter Andretti gets the goal. It is what? It's 2-1. And again, I said Andretti was a decent player. He's only played a few games this year, and he scored in 2 of them. And that's exactly what we need. Hopefully, Monaco and Dijon hang on to their results, because all we then need is a very simple win. It's back in our hands, ultimately, against... I can't remember who we're playing in the last game of the season. It's escaped me, but we should be getting a win, whoever it is. Gravelon, Mokaini, can he finish the game off? Not quite. It'd be great if we can get a third here, just to make us chill a bit. Reduce the heart rate and just calm it down a little. Matthias Rees we brought on at left back. Can't quite do anything there. Can we get the ball back in? Gravelon to Sakaria. Again, if we can be 3-1 up at this point, you would say it is pretty much game over. Gravelon puts it back into the middle for Mokaina. Satona on goal. Not quite. Again, at 2-1, they get 1 half chance, and we could be going home with only 1 point. Dijon, though, have took the lead. That is going to be a problem. We now drop down to 7th position. It just shows the ball's not in our court, but I mean, if we go and draw here, that would be the worst thing to happen. But Monaco could end up finishing 8th. That's a shocker for them, it really, isn't it? But Mokaina, Chalobah puts it in. Not quite. We are threatening a third goal here, which usually means that Harvey will go up the other end and score. Chalobah, Mokaina to Andretti. Oh, Mofi blocks his own player, for goodness sake. We are looking good here, but we just need some finishing touch. Satona can't quite do it. Harvey are in all sorts of trouble here. They really are, but again, we can't take advantage. Now Monaco have got a point. It was all going so well. It was all going so well. Monaco have got a point against Lorient. It's not all over yet. We'll have a quick look at the score lines after the matches are finished. But all we can do here, again, you know, things have happened. We've lost matches. All that we can do is do well for ourselves now. We're going to get the victory, but it also looks like that Dijon and Monaco are going to get some points as well. Surely we're not going to miss out on 6th by a point again. Surely that's not going to happen. Dijon do win their match against Bordeaux. That doesn't help. Monaco pick up a point. So it's going to be tight going into the last day. But PSG only got a draw against Nantes. So Saint-Etienne, if they win the last game, they're going to win Ligue 1, which is fascinating. But all 4 sides in the battle for 4th on the last day. And hopefully we can get 6th. But I'll tell you what, if we miss out by a point again, it'll be unbelievable. We've got Nimes the last day of the season. They're a club that are relegated, nothing to prove, and hopefully we can stick a few past them and get into the Europa Conference League. But that is easier said than done. We have got Monaco playing Toulouse. Again, you'd expect them to get 3 points. Dijon have got Stade Bretois. Can't see any of them slipping up, but all we can do is go and win our match. Well, it's the last day of another season that has absolutely flown by. Unbelievable how quick it's gone, and we could miss out on Europe yet again, and we'll talk about what that means for my job at Nice and what could happen after today. I mean, if we don't get European football, we could be facing the sack. I don't know what's going to happen. In terms of what's going to happen in the league, it looks like Reims have already gone down. Nîmes Olympique, if they do beat us today, heaven forbid, and Bordeaux lose to Lille, Bordeaux are going to go down, which is a big surprise. But all the other sides are safe. In terms of our battle for 6th, we need to win. We can't draw. We have to get all 3 points. And Dijon and Monaco can only get a draw each. And given Monaco playing Toulouse and Dijon are playing against Stade Bretois, I would say it is pretty doubtful. But the team for today, only 1 change from the previous... 2 changes even, sorry, from the previous lineup. We got Palmer and Sakaria back in the team. I'm going to stick with what it was. I was quite happy with that lineup. I think it did decently well. I just think that we're just missing that personnel. We're going to struggle with Dolberg, nor Coman playing for us. So let's see how we get on. It's the last game of the season. The ball's not in our court. Ultimately, it all comes down to how we've done over a season. But it all comes down to the one match, doesn't it? It's a strange system, isn't it? 38 matches. And win, lose, draw, whatever we've done. We've went and beat PSG and Marseille. We've went and lost some stupid games. We'll look at all at that after today's episode. But if Saint-Etienne can get a win today, they're going to win Ligue 1. That's going to be pretty special for them. Again, I'd love it to be us in that position. But it's not quite happened for us this year. But let's see. Can we get the 3 points and stop Monaco and Dijon getting European football? I mean, Dijon getting European football would be pretty impressive for them. It'd be great for them. But as lovely a story as that'd be, I want to get European football for Nice. We finished 13th. In the first season in charge, couldn't do a lot about that. Then we finished 7th last year. We were only 1 point off European football. And I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a similar story again this year. It's going to be a very similar one. But I hope not. We've got a cup of tea. So hopefully that'll give me the caffeine to make the managerial decision as to win this match. It's not looking fantastic though, I must admit, from the start. Well, Stade Bretois have took the lead against Dijon. Satona 1-on-1 with the keeper. Sessegnon into Cole Palmer. Shoot, it's in, but I feel like it's going to be offside. It is. It's going to be offside. How did the first one not go in? That's what I want to say. How on earth did he not score the first one? Deji Satona's 1-on-1 displays have been shocking. Really have. Can we have a take 2? Sessegnon. Back to Ristic. Cole Palmer again to Chalobah. Someone shoot, for goodness sake. Chalobah shoots. What a finish that is. What a finish. 1-0 to Nice. And at the moment, as I understand it, we move into 6th as it stands. That'll give us a chance of playing in next year's Europa Conference League. Dijon, I think have got a point back because they've now got 60. But Monaco have not picked up anything yet. All we can hope for is that it stays like it is. Monaco are now leading against Toulouse, and Dijon are now leading. I mean, how things can change in the space of 10 minutes. Hopefully things change. But as I've said, we can only do what we can do. You know, there's nothing we can do in terms of stopping the other two clubs. We should have done that earlier on. But Satona, one-on-one with the keeper. He finally beats the keeper. It's 2-0 Nice. I don't think we're going to have a problem with beating Nimes today. But it's that age-old story, isn't it? You know, it's locking the stable door after the horse has bolted. It's that sort of analogy, isn't it? We should have won matches beforehand and we didn't. It all comes down to a season. We can do as well as we can today, but that's the only thing we can influence now. What has happened has happened. I guess we can try and thump 10 past Nimes and hope we can beat Monaco's goal difference, but that would be a tall order. But Cole Palmer to Mokaina. We might go 3-0 up here at half-time. Deji Satona through on goal. Shoots. Can't quite make it 3-0, but again, you would expect us to go and beat Nimes today. Monaco, as you can see, are in the lead. I just hope that Toulouse can help us out. But again, I really can't see it. Really can't see it at all. And it looks like we might well finish 8th and miss out on European football by a point again. Unbelievable. But it was the 2 games earlier on in today's bumper 4-game episode, wasn't it? You have to say that have prevented us potentially finishing 6th. But things can always change. They can always change. And Sakaria very nearly makes it 3-0. Satona was offside. I was thinking it might have been a penalty shout there, but at the moment Saint Etienne are winning, so they could be winning the Ligue. And that would definitely shake things up. It really would going into next year. And if we can improve over the summer, then maybe we can be a title contender. But I'd have liked to have made some progress this year. I feel like we could get away with finishing 6th. Or I suppose we can get away with where we finished here, but you have to say it's a bit of a missed chance. Definitely, it's a missed chance, but Nimes can still get back into this, by the way. We ought to step back a bit, I guess, get balance. Just try and protect the lead we've got. Maybe nick a third at some point. But it looks like Nimes are on the attack here. Through on goal. Good save from Hugo Sousa. What's going to happen here in the last 35 minutes of the league season? Only 18 points off the league title. It's all been very close this year. There's a distinct 4, obviously. And then after that, Nantes have started to struggle, but their earlier form has secured them 5th. But again, a topsy-turvy league this year. You wouldn't have expected some of those teams to be where they are, and Nimes now make it 2-1. Surely, I mean, that would just be the icing on the cake, wouldn't it, if they managed to draw with us. We're going to bring Thomas on for Mokaina, another good season for him. We'll bring Lucas on for Troost-de-Conk just to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid and get himself a 2nd yellow card. 20 minutes to go here. Is it going to change? I don't think so. Only 1 goal in it, though, in all these games. So, I guess we hope that Toulouse and Stade Bretois can help us out. But firstly, we need to help ourselves. 2 each. There have been, I bet, there's probably been 10 matches this year, I can guarantee, where we've been 2-0 up and either drawn or lost. Remember, we were 2-0 up against Lorient. We lost. We've been 2-0 up on so many occasions. It's almost painful every time I see it. But, you know, if we can't win today, then we've got absolutely no chance whatever happens to the others. Can we get a late goal? But it's Nimes who have got the momentum. I'll tell you what, if they go and win, that would just be ridiculous. It really would. I know they've got nothing to lose, but this is a side we should be beating. And it'd be very telling if we go and only get a draw today. And it looks like that will happen unless we have a bit of last-minute drama. Thomas, Jorge Fernandez puts it out. Shocking pass. I can understand what he's trying to do, but it actually invites pressure now from Nimes. Very nearly 3-2. Very, very nearly 3-2. We need to arrest this problem, though. I don't quite know how we go about it, but how can you lead 2-0 so much and then go down to 2 each? No idea. No idea at all. Is it mentality, complacency? I'm not sure, but it's not going to happen unless something magical happens. And even if it does, it's not going to change anything. Chalobah loses the ball. That's shocking. I guess if we do win today, then we've done all we can. That's all I will say. If we draw, then there's criticism on us once again. But I don't think anything's going to happen here. Gravelon, my leader. It's not going to happen. We've got the ball in the wrong end of the pitch for a kickoff and a shocking pass from Chalobah there. Can we do anything? Can we do anything? I don't think it's going to happen. Thomas, can something happen here? Palmer, this is definitely our last chance. Palmer shoots. It's in. get in. Well, you know, it's a muted response from me. I'm happy we've done it. It's a bit of a fluke, to be honest. We've gone and won the match, but again, it looks like the other two sides are going to win. And from the looks of it, for the second season in a row, we've missed out on Europe by a point. Yeah, unbelievable. That's heartbreaking. It really is. It really, really is. Saint Etienne are crowned champions. You wouldn't have predicted that before the start of the season, would you? I'm going to have a quick look at this just to get some peace of mind. So last year, it's not great from that perspective either. We got 62 points last year and missed out to the eventual champions this year for European football, Saint Etienne, by a point. This year, we got 61 points. Guess it's consistent, but if we'd have got what we'd have got last year, we'd have finished 6th. Disappointing. We miss out on European football again. I just don't know what to say at this point. I really don't. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know if this is glitching the recording. It might be, I don't know. But I really don't know what to go from here. We've had 2 full seasons. If we're not going to qualify for Europe in 2 seasons, then when are we? We're going to have a look at the end of season review before the end of today's video. Only 2 transfers in, really? Sure. Well, I suppose it's true, isn't it? The rest were free transfers and youngsters. But Ryan Sessegnon, the big signing we did bring in, did well. A bleed plus, you know, he was free transfer, he's done well. We've seen a lot of players leave the club. None of them particularly doing very well for their new clubs, which is pleasing to see. In terms of the season, very disappointed the club are, which is understandable. So we might be having a board meeting in the next few days. I think we probably will. But again, we miss out by 1 point. Particular points where it's been a problem. You can see this point here. We lost to Dijon, Lille. There's a pattern there, isn't there, somewhere? We lost to Lorient again. And then ultimately, the game 35 and 36. Biggest win was 8-0. Match to remember 3-0. Goal of the season was from Sakaria. He just hasn't picked up the second half of the season. How we've lined up looks like a good side. I don't think we need to do much to our defence or our midfield. It's the attack that's the problem. We need someone better than Mofi in there. It needs someone better than Mofi. Fans player of the season, Sakaria. Definitely young player of the season, Cole Palmer. Ryan Sessegnon picks up signing of the season. Not much competition there. Yeah, disappointing. Disappointing. And here we go. Board request meeting to discuss our future. Could be getting the sack here. Let's attend the meeting. We're not happy with the current performance and are considering your position at the club. We would like to know why you think the team have performed so badly. I think it looks worse than it is. Fair enough. We recognise the form table doesn't always show how well a team is playing, so we're prepared to give you the benefit of the doubt. I thought we might have been sacked there, but we've really got away with one. I guess next year is the one where it nearly needs to happen. Really, really needs to happen. But that's going to be it for Season 3 of Conquering the Euro. And we need to make some big steps next year because, A, we're not going to get handed a big job, especially with our form at Nice. We need to make something happen. We really do. I think we need some big signings in the summer. There's no doubt about that. And we need to be finishing 3rd or 4th next year, or else we need to be looking elsewhere. Our former club, Wolves, potentially might have a job on. But again, there's no point going back there. That's very insecure. In terms of the clubs that might be hiring, I don't see the point of going anywhere. Maybe Braga, maybe, but I think we'll stay put at Nice. But a poor season, it has to be said, in the end, all categorised by one final match. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this season, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Football Manager 2021 content. I'll be back on Saturday for the start of the new season. Thanks for watching. I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.